Hey, what's up? It's Scott Wilson, travel photographer based in Italy. I'm here in Genova, and my goal today is to get 2 awesome pictures of overlooks looking over the city. So I know that there's one overlook that's really nearby here, and another one is like across town. So my goal today is to try to capture those. So I'm just gonna go over really quick what it is I'm gonna be using to try to capture this stuff today in my backpack. So just gonna go like, photographer fit check, let's say. So I've got my Gitso bag here. I know that you're probably not going to be able to see what I'm doing, or maybe you can, because I'm using the Pocket 3 and it follows me like a little stalker. So this is pretty much how I usually pack my stuff. I've got the roll top and then I have the spider holster. So I just put this bad boy on, and then I also have the cotton carrier, and this is what I use for one of my cameras. So I have a chest mount and then a hip mount basically. And I've found that is just the most convenient way of having better weight distribution. So sorry I'm messing up with the microphone here, but gosh, it's so windy. I hope this audio is not getting super messed up. Let's get on the rest of the cotton carrier holster here. All right, so then basically what we're gonna do is kind of refasten my stuff. So in terms of cameras here, I've got the 5D Mark IV, and this has the Canon 70-200 f2.8 Mark III. That's gonna go on my hip. And then I also have the Canon R5 Mark II, and that's gonna go on my chest. All right, everything is squared in. Got some extra filters and stuff in there just in case. Since it is a really sunny day today, I am going to use polarizers, because I think that's just gonna be extra helpful. And I do have, I don't know if you can see, like right here on the side, this is where I'm gonna be mounting the Pocket 3 when I'm not using it. What I just figured out is that I can actually put my Joby Gorilla Pod right here, inside, under the strap of my cotton carrier. I don't know if you can see that, but actually that seems like it's going to be not too convenient, because I can take my camera off and I can put my camera back on, and this is actually not interfering. I can actually even put this camera strap across my chest to get it nice and secure. That way I don't have to keep putting this back on my back. I think that I'm going to try that out today, and that way I have my actual, where is it? You guys, I'm such an idiot. I'm literally holding the camera. I was just trying to find. I need coffee. Anyways, let's go ahead and see if this is gonna work. I swear I'm not bringing more gear than I actually need. It is just what it is. Travel photographer life. Let's get it. I'm about to go up these stairs, which, of course in Italy, there's never a shortage. Crazy staircases that you have to climb in order to get where you need to go. And this is no exception. Da, 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 da. See this view that we've got so far, which is pretty awesome. I mean, sure, parking lot, but Genova honestly has a lot of really, really cool things to see and check out. Just above me right here is the first lookout that we're going to. And gosh, I'm already winded. You guys, I need to get out more, I feel like I haven't been doing enough of these trips, and I'm feeling it. So we're gonna get up to this overlook and then see if we can point to the place we're going next. On and up. We made it up the first super long flight of stairs, which these bad boys right here, and yeah, good times. All right, let's go up even more stairs. All right, so we've made it up to this first viewpoint. I honestly seriously love this view. It's amazing. So it's definitely worth all the stairs. Stuff like this, plus you get the steps. I honestly think that's a positive thing. Maybe it's not for everyone, or not everyone can make it, but if you can get it up here, then I highly recommend it. Whoever made places like this, I mean, I know it's a collection of people over centuries, right? But it's just amazing. You can never run out of things to see here. All the buildings, all the colors, buildings on the hillside, all the different layers of the city down below. It's awesome. And I feel so fortunate to just be living so close to this. I mean, it took me 20 minutes to get here, so yeah. So basically what I'm trying to go today to see if I can find it. I mean, I honestly don't know, because I have to explore, Genova a bit more to get to know her better. But I'm pretty confident there's going to be a great viewpoint of the city. Well, one of them for sure is going to be right there. So off in the distance, let's say right there, there's going to be one right there. But there's also this castle that you can't really probably tell. Right over there, there's a great viewpoint. And then up there, that seems really awesome. I think that there's actually funiculare that goes up this hill. And actually, I'm going to try to get a ride on that to see if that exists. And if it does, then that's going to be awesome. And if it does not, well then, we know that stairs are the way to go. Let's go ahead and trek across Genova. All right, status report. I've been walking now for a few minutes, and I have to say everything is going really well. Taking videos while I'm walking across town is definitely something that's new to me. I'm typically the travel photographer that's just going, extremely efficient. I'm looking around, I'm taking photos as I go. I don't really stop you know, unless it's like time for me to take a break, maybe grab a coffee if I have to stop for lunch or something like that. And so it typically means that I'm just like walking all day in between those breaks. And so I really like that I'm using this Pocket 3. So far this setup has been really easy for me, so I can just keep going and, you know, everything's stabilized. And yeah, that's something that I'm working through the kinks, you know? I mean, this is gonna be a process. I'm definitely learning as I go, even just like where to put this extra stuff, right? Like normally I just have this 2 camera setup, one on my chest, one on my hip, and now on my other hip, this is where I'm holding, you know, the Pocket 3. And then I've also got the tripod, you know, that I'm using just in case I need to put the camera down. But, you know, as it is right now, as I just said, like, I don't know if I'm gonna be stopping very much to do these videos until I get to the next destination, maybe. If I need to get some B-roll of myself or something like that. So yeah, I'm not sure, but wow, this is really cool. I'll show you what I'm looking at right now. It's really dope. So let's just keep going in a straight line. I have not looked up the directions. I prefer to try to get lost than find my way. And who knows, maybe talk to people while I'm walking down the street, because that's something that is not commonly happening these days. You feel me? Anyways, I like to just figure it out. It's kind of part of the experience. I don't like spending my time, you know, looking up a bunch of photos in advance of visiting the place. And especially on the first day, if I'm gonna be in a city for several days, especially the first day, I just wanna get out there and just kind of go with what my instincts tell me. You know, I just want to explore, and there's no like right or wrong, right? Got enough experience to do it, so let's just keep walking. Something I really love about Genova are these covered walkways. On the 20th of September, they have all these really cool signs like up above. It seems like it's a little bit frozen in time, and I honestly really dig that. It's really, really interesting. There's so much ornate, you know, stone and woodwork here too. If you come into Genova, I highly recommend going up the street. It's hard to miss. It's like the main promenade here, but make sure to go up and back. I would even recommend going, you know, in both directions, you know, up and down one side, or maybe just do like a loop or something like that, just because there's so many details that you'd miss if you don't take your time. And yeah, so let's go to one of the main plazas in Genova while we're in transit to our location, and we'll go from there. I'm totally getting splashed by this fountain right now, so I'm gonna have to move a little bit farther away. But honestly, this plaza is really, really cool. It's definitely some place that a bunch of locals hang out in the evenings. I've totally seen that. It's kind of the main plaza, I think. At least the one that's the most picturesque that I've seen so far. But I mean, check out, there's obviously like a bunch of people right now, and with good reason. There's just a lot of really cool things, a lot of places to sit down on the steps and just kind of take in the amazing sunny day that we have here. And yeah, this is honestly really, really awesome. So this is the place I needed to connect to next in order to be able to see where it is that I'm going to get up on the hill that we were talking about. Genova is absolutely filled with these super narrow streets. A lot of them are pretty steep, to be honest. Yeah, it's a great way to get lost. Just literally go into the very, very narrow street portion of the city and just wander around. I guarantee you it's going to be hard to get yourself out sometimes, and that's part of the adventure. All right, so I've mentioned that I've seen similarities, you know, in Genova of Paris. I've also shared similarities that I've found with Naples. In this area, honestly, this is a network of streets that I have not seen since I've been cruising around in Venice. It is that, you know, level of complexity here. You know, I speak Italian pretty fluently, but there is a pretty thick dialect here, especially, at least what I'm seeing is in the written form. And I need to try to identify what it actually sounds like so I can be like, oh, that's, you know, Genovese dialect. Probably has a name, I don't know it yet. But someone's singing right now. And if I wouldn't know better, I would say, oh, it's probably like Napoletano or something. Because I'm just ignorant and I'm still learning. Or it actually might be the case that I did hear somebody say someone was singing in Napoletano. Maybe it's not this person. I'm just having a great time. All right, I found the guys that might be feeling the struggle is real. Were you guys travel photographers in your day? Just kidding, just kidding. We know that carrying camera equipment is way heavier. Up, up, up and away. Turn around to show you where I've come from. Continuing up and up and up and up. This is really cool. It does say Salita alla Spianata di Castelletto. I mean, I'm inspired. Should we go up? These are the stairs that never end. I've climbed quite a bit so far. Ooh, I can see the port from here. The light's a little tough, but I did find a viewpoint. Wow, okay. Are you guys ready for this? Let's go with 3, 2, 1. Ooh, it wraps all the way around too. All right, this is cool. Just gonna zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. I mean, we obviously have the port all the way in here, and then this whole area, you know, basically in this circle, it's all those really narrow, you know, alleyways, streets, passageways, just a maze of amazement. A maze of amazement. Wow, am I like super zen? I didn't do that for emphasis on purpose, ready? A maze of amazement. Okay, back to the view. So there is the view. I wonder if I should just, it's just really cool, just area up here to, you know, sit on a bench, enjoy the view. We have these typical buildings with their bright sunny colors. That is amazing. So where we were before, over there, is where we came in. So we were, I bet, right over there. So this is a viewpoint. It is not quite all the way up to the top, but it definitely is one that I'm appreciating right now very, very much. This is really, really nice. So I'm gonna see if I can get any higher here. I feel like that I can. I'm gonna take some pictures here while I'm at it. And yeah, it's just a beautiful day. So let's go ahead and take some pics. Yeah, that's really, really nice. It's just so dramatic, you know, like there's nothing subtle about this scene, right? I mean, it is an amazing amount of roofs and buildings, and it's just wild. Like, this is definitely really, really, really awesome. You know, but I do have a polarizing filter here that can help me with some of the reflections, and I think that I'm gonna get a really interesting image here with all these different rooftops. So I'm shooting right now at 7.1 and ISO set to 250. I'm probably gonna drop this down to be 200 just because I feel like 250 is just a little bit not needed right now. And wow, that's just amazing. I hope that I'm able to get some of these details, you know, even with the sun not being super ideal, because all of these roofs are honestly, it's like I'm taking a picture of just a maze of different geometric shapes. The shadows here are honestly just really cool. It's creating, this would honestly be really, really cool in black and white also. I know I don't shoot black and white in particular, but because of the way that the lighting is currently now, I think it would be something that's really interesting to see how that would look in black and white. But if it looks great in color too, then maybe I can, you know, capture one or even both of those. I'll even get one of the port from here as well. So I'm going to show you this other view, which the lighting is way less harsh. So yeah, but what a view, huh? Pretty amazing. Thank you, tree. Yes, we like nature, but you know, have at thee from my shot. So Genova is definitely becoming one of my favorite places. Look at how gorgeous all this is. Just all the different colored buildings layered on top of each other, right next to the sea. All right, I found lunch and it was really good. I found a really cool place called La Antica Vaqueria, which is this really nice tree-filled neighborhood. Such a relaxing experience. The people were really, really nice. I had a spianata, which is like a pinza, sort of like a very thin pizza deal. And it had like gorgonzola, it had andouilla, onions. Yeah, it was really great. I also was really impressed with their quantity of beers. They actually had quite a few great beers. I would definitely come back here and want to try more of their beers. Oh, I found the funicular, no joke. So this is the entrance of the restaurant right here. And then really right next door to it is this place where there's the funiculare. It's a sign. All right, let's do this. Literally, that was what, a 2-minute ride, and that got me all the way up to where it is that I wanted to go. So next time, maybe I'll be taking that route instead of walking up the stairs. But you know, I said I love stairs, so maybe I'll do it. All right, we're here actually at the end of this miniature adventure. I hope that you've enjoyed this mini trip up the hill in Genova to try to see some insights and some interesting things in the city. I'll definitely be coming back, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.